This is why I'm glad that OCZ is back. This is a RevoDrive 350. The one I'm holding in my hands is 480 gigabytes. It comes in 3 flavors, 240, 480, and 960 gigabytes. And guys, this thing is just so stupid fast, and there's not a lot of stuff out there that competes with this. They took their enterprise drive and they made it into a consumer package, and there's a lot of really interesting things going on here. First off, it's OCZ. People think IndyLinks, Barefoot. No, this is actually LSI. They are working together with LSI, and they're using Toshiba NAND Flash. It's the toggle flash. So, really good performance at a good price, and it's going to last a long time. So, a lot of, like I said, there's just a lot of interesting things going on here. There are 4 SandForce controllers. There's also a RAID controller. We have a nice, large, fancy heatsink right there, and that's going to be, right over top of the RAID controller. It's PCI Express Gen 2 8X. And I'm going to get to some benchmarks in just a second. There's a few more things I want to highlight. This also has onboard 128-bit AES encryption, so you have that on board. It also has smart health monitoring, trim support. All right, I'm going to tell you what they say on the box, and then we'll look at the real-world performance that I was able to achieve on my X79-based motherboard. So on the box, they say that this drive in particular can get 1,800 for the read, that's megabytes per second, and 1700 for the write in megabytes per second. Now the 240 gigabyte drive is 1,950. The 960 is the same. It's 1,800 and 1,700. All right, so the 240 gigabyte version is about as fast as you would expect to see like a couple of SSDs in RAID 0. Now the 480 gigabyte and the 960 gigabyte are the same speed. They both have 4 of the SandForce controllers on there, plus the RAID right here. And they are advertising 90,000 IOPS. That's the random 4K IOPS for read, and the write, they're advertising 140,000. So let's just take a look at our results here. First up, I'm checking out Atto, and as you can see in Atto, we're getting close to 2 gigabytes per second, 1.8 on the write, and almost 2 gigabytes per second. Not quite, but really close. So we are doing better than advertised. Now I find that Atto is a really, really good benchmark to use if you're going to be using the drive for storage or moving large files around. If you're going to be using the drive for a lot of random activities, I like AES SSD benchmark, and Crystal Diskmark is kind of redundant here, but I have it open as well just so you can see. The sequential read and write using AES SSD, 170774, and the write 908.69. Now let's check out the IOPS on this thing. So 4K random IOPS read 169,955, and then on the write 170,490. That's the 4K random. That is ridiculous. That is higher than what they advertise. Guys, it's just so fast. All right, so the only downside may be the price. I mean, it's $829. That's the MSRP for this one. The 960 is $1,299, and then the 240 is $529.99. I don't think that premium is too much to ask for something like this, because if you're serious about speed, I mean, you're doing like creative work, editing and that sort of thing, or maybe you just want to load your Skyrim mods as fast as possible, which is ridiculous. But if you're that serious about speed, it's going to cost you a little bit more than a couple of SSDs in RAID. But man, the performance you get in this thing is just so stupid. As far as competition goes, Mushkin has something, I believe it's called a Scorpion drive. I have not used that yet. Similar price range. I believe the MSRP on this is slightly lower, but that one also has similar performance. And I don't really think that there's much out there that's competing with this in this price range with these speeds. So if you need the speed, it's the way to go. I would buy this. I'm going to use this in my new system. I just think it's awesome, and it's freaking fast. So I like it. It's a windshield wiper. Very expensive one too.